sacrificed to the point that you've given up your life and given up your time of enjoyment and refreshing, you still need to sharpen your knife so they can sharpen a child. If you got a dull blade, you're only going to give that child a little bit. So it is okay. You have my permission, if you need it, to take you a good vacation, to get you a great massage, to take that same amount of time that you gave to every child after this event and give that same energy to yourself. It is not selfish. It is needed because a refreshed you makes a refreshed person a giver. So it is not. So please do that, because this is big and it takes more than this moment to pull off what you guys have pulled off every year with Diamond Gems, or with the gems. I call it diamonds because I realize we have the same vision. But it takes a lot. So please refresh yourself. Amen. Come on, with the recipients, please give them a round of applause. All right, so I had to say that so I can talk to the ladies that are here. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. First, I'm not going to stand at that podium. It is expected, and it keeps me in that place, and I really want to touch you in some way to your heart. I grew up in Chicago, Illinois, and my mother was with my stepdad for most of my life, and at a young age, about 9 or so, was the first time my uncle ever actually touched me. And so I was molested. It didn't start at 9, it actually started later. But it was the first time he actually touched me. Downstairs in the basement, TT had sent me to get something out the deep freezer. And he came downstairs and he placed my hand on his private area. And it was at that moment I became two people. I learned how to go back upstairs, and I had a choice. At that second, I needed to tell somebody, I needed to keep it. Not knowing what to do, I kept it. And from that moment until God came into my life, I knew how to smile and be hurting. I knew how to be okay, but not be okay, but I didn't tell nobody. And because I never told the first time, when he finally did something further, I didn't know how to explain, why am I telling now? And so the enemy kept me paralyzed because I never talked. And once God came into my life, his first assignment to me was, don't ever let anybody do anything to you and you not open your mouth. If you got to scream, shout, kick, I need you to say something to help yourself. So I say that today, that is a part of your journey, that your mouth is your weapon. Be it mama, grandmama, sister, TT, cousin, if it don't feel right, I need you to figure out a way to write a note, a song, a poem, a speech, a letter, and say to somebody, this makes me uncomfortable. That is going to be a key to your success. In life, we won't be able to be with you as you travel along your ways. We'll be there by phone, and sometimes we'll be there with you in person. But a lot of your journeys, you're going to be by yourself in your car of life. We need to know that you know when to pull over and say, something's not right. You might be uncomfortable when you first say it, but that's okay. Grit your teeth and say it. The first time I used that was when an ex-boyfriend came back into my life that was used to us being familiar. At this point, I had God, and so I didn't want to walk that path anymore. I didn't want to drive down that direction. And I remember he went to touch me, and I was like, no, no. And he kept on, and I, no, no. And I remember how it was making me feel like I was in a prison and making me feel like I was dying. And I remember the first time I said, Jesus! And I was in my living room. And I said, I don't want to do this. And it was the first time I realized I had a big voice. And he stopped. And then God began to show me how along the way there were many things that I got entangled into because I didn't know how to use my voice. So one of the keys I want you to leave here with today is the power of your voice. If you couldn't talk, I'm going to tell you the power of your hands. If you couldn't do that, I'll tell you how to write, how to do something. But I want you to know that you've got power in your voice, not because of how loud it is, not because of a timbre inside of it or the way it shakes. Not that vibrato doesn't matter. It's the fact that it can express what you feel on the inside. And there is nobody can tell you how you feel. You like the meal today? If I ask you, I need you to be able to articulate how that meal made you feel. You need your voice. And to have a voice, I need you to have the second thing, and that's confidence. When you start being you, somebody who's not like you ain't gonna like you. It doesn't mean that you did anything to them. It doesn't mean that you were rude. It doesn't mean that you was anything except being you. I need you to know that you have permission by the Spirit that brought you here to earth to be you. You are unique. One egg, one sperm made you. Mama and daddy will make many more children, may have made many more children, but they will never ever make another genetically identical you. Even twins like I have, they are identical twins, but when you press up against the womb inside of mom, your handprints, your fingerprints as they're forms because they realize the positions of your hands inside the womb. So even twins have some little unique things that make them them. So what am I saying? I need you to walk in your chocolate-covered skin. I need you to be okay. If you wanted weave, like I got my hair fixed last night. Or if you decide to do like my hair was 3 days ago as I rock my natural curl. I need you to know it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you want to rap, if you want to sing, if you want to speak. It's okay if you like classical music or jazz or hip hop. It is okay if that's you. I need you to live this life and figure out how this life fits you. I need you to figure out your style. I need you to wake up tomorrow and figure out, I'm going to wear something different today. What do I? Not what everybody else is doing. Because the same folks may got something to say about you, because some people are followers, and I don't need you in the line of a follower if it's not you. Now, I got to preface that because in order for you to become you, you got to let these ladies and people in life touch you and shape you. Because there's some things about all of us that's us, but still ain't right though. So I want you to be you, but there's a part of you that you just can't be all of you in. Let me fix that. You can't go around cussing folks because you're mad. That may be you, but that ain't right. We're going to have to shake that a little bit and help your temperament. Oh, you may say, well, I just don't want to get up and do any work today. I understand that that's you, but I want you to know that that ain't the best you. So we're going to have to touch that too and shape that too, because we can't have you lazy. Somebody must provide for you, and it should be you. So we got to teach you to get up when you don't want to get up. And we got to teach you to eat the string beans on the plate. That you may not have really wanted to eat. But we've got to say to you, but you need those string beans. And you need some greenery. And you need that salad. And so even though now I sound like I'm going against you, that's a part of you that needs some wisdom and needs some knowledge, because you just don't know any better. And so in my little life, as I was telling my story of how I became whatever it is that I am, my uncle messed with me at 9, and I've always been determined, and I felt like I had something to do. So I was the child that ran away from home to go to a competition. I told my mom, I asked her, could I go to New York? And she told me no. And I wanted to go to New York because me and this guy, we were going to be like the first guy and girl rap group. Because at that time, like Salt and Pepper was out, but there wasn't like a guy and a girl rap group. And of course, my mom told me what? No, and she just didn't understand like the essence of who I was and what I had inside. So I decided to run away from home and go stay with the guy while the producer came for us to take us to New York. We was living in the projects, right? We was in the projects, and I got all my stuff and I snuck out in the middle of the night to go to New York. And by the third day, we still didn't go to New York. And then the fourth day, we still hadn't went to New York. And then at some point when he came back to the house, he then made a pass at me. So here I am on my way to New York. I've ran away from home to go. And my mom was going to see me on TV. That was my thing. She was going to be like, we should have helped her in her life, and, you know, whatever. In my mind, that's how it went. So here I am with all this drive going like this. Do you understand? Oh, baby, I'm driving. Baby, unstoppable. I'm going to leave in the middle of the night. Baby, I'm packing all the clothes she gave me. I'm gone. Absolutely nowhere. I'm driven, but I'm going in the wrong direction. Ain't nothing wrong with the drive. I needed somebody to do this. I need to allow somebody to do this. And say, now, Do what you're doing. Now go this way. Because, baby, you keep running into this wall. You're going into a dead end. And so now I got to come home humbly because I ran away. I wanted to always go to the School of Fine Arts, and Alabama has one, and because of my drive, I made it into the School of Fine Arts. I auditioned, I write songs, I played for them when I wrote whatever little keys, and did a great job. And because I decided to go to New York and didn't let my teachers know that I was going, School of Fine Arts said, we can no longer have you here at our school. So now I got to go to the public school, West End, where they real hood at West End. First day there, I'm going to the lunchroom, and I was going to the lunchroom, and I've always talked like I sound. And so, of course, growing up, everybody said I'm trying to talk white. It was never proper. I wish proper would have been good. Normally you're trying to talk white. My logic was because I finished the whole rest of the word, because I actually made it to the T. Oh, okay. But that was what I got. And so here I'm going to the lunchroom, and it's the first time somebody felt on me. I said, who is that? I can't be going to school here, and they'll be filling me in the lunchroom. I didn't fit in with the girls because I'm doing my own hair, I'm finding my own styles. So I'm rocking the little mohawks, I'm putting some to the side. We didn't really have a lot. My mama had on some stockings, she was a nurse, and you know, white stockings was out at one time. And my mama, I was like a size maybe 6, and mom was a lot bigger than I was, like she was really, really big. And so I would have to tie her stockings at the end of my shoe 2 or 3 times and tie a little knot right there. I'm trying. I don't have the finances, but baby, what I got is the drive. And so here I am at West End, and so now that some of the girls like me, if you was cool, you liked me, but if you was trying to be fake, you didn't really fly with me. You just, not because I didn't fly with you, but you just didn't like me.